Welcome to Correct TV. Follow us on all our social media platforms.
But if she apologizes to you, you can like say your mind, but like just let it go.
I don't know what one is, but there's something.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like she actually does like him and like maybe these things don't.
And it's normal.
What's the problem? Do you have a problem with Sean? Do you have a problem with money?
Does he like you?
No, I don't know. All I don't know what's anybody's house.
Or maybe she wanted to just give her attention.
What I'm saying, I don't know what's in anybody's house.
Just when I thought that we are gradually getting over the Sean, Victoria, Wani, triangle and drama, it seems as though something else happened this morning. Now, they didn't quite call the name, but production now, when they are talking about someone, they would usually zoom the camera in on the other person that they are talking about, especially when they are not calling names, right? And the camera zoomed in on Victoria and Nelly having a conversation. I definitely don't think that it was Nelly. I don't know. I think it was Victoria, especially because the conversation also progressed to the point where Wani said she had a conversation with her and she was, like acting like, I hope I didn't offend anyone and stuff like that. And then there was also that stuff that Victoria said to Nelly in their conversation where she said what Ebuka said kind of like affected her because she feels like she is the dominant one in their duo. Well, a lot of conversations, by the way. And of course, there was also the moment between Mayor and Toby talking about how they would use their custodian power, basically strategizing. This is like a breakdown of the morning. So hopefully you enjoy it. By the way, please like the video so that more people can see it. Also subscribe to the channel if you are not subscribed already. I see a lot of new people here and I am always grateful for all of you. Now back to the story. I don't understand why you see people having their bath that you literally have not had that type of relationship with and you want to join them and have the bath. It feels as though in the house people take their bath in cliques and it's a communal house. I understand that. But since you have awkward, relationship with these guys, why do you even want to go and join them to have a bath? Because that was like the origin of this whole conversation. But let us move on and I'll be back because we need more perspective.
I didn't pay attention. When she couldn't ask me, I hope he was not rude though. Or rude. I don't want to. I'm like, no, but Sean didn't want to take his bath first. So it was kind of somehow. But from hearing it properly now, it seems, I'm not saying she, I'm not saying that's how I feel. And if she comes to me, I'm like, because you're acting like a girl that likes a guy and is upset that he's with somebody else. And it's not a bad thing because I don't think it's a bad thing.
I don't want to say it's poking because it definitely doesn't sound like that. It also just sounds like she lacks communication skills. I don't know. Like Wani said, if you want to have conversation with someone, you need to show it in the way that you behave. You can literally just walk up to the person and say, hey, I'd like to have a conversation with you. Or maybe join them when they're having conversations with other people and actually like just contribute. And the conversation will flow from there. But it's like basic life skill. I don't even want to make excuses for Victoria because obviously you would want to get in spaces that make things awkward, like wanting to join them in the bath. I mean, you're seeing Wani, Handy, and maybe Sean in the bathroom, and you want to join them, even with the whole awkward, relationship that you have with Sean and all of the, of course, she can't say that she's not, even if she didn't say to Sean at the beginning to maybe try to, stop him from having relationship with Wani or whatever. She must have heard the conversations. You haven't cleared the hair on that. And you are doing things secretly to make it seem as though, you're uncomfortable with, like, do you get, I don't know if this is manipulation or it's just a behavior from someone that does not know or does not have basic social skills. People are saying, oh, she's just calm. She does not have to be introverted. No, nobody is talking about being introverted. This is just basic human relation skills. If you're having issues with someone, iron them out. you don't have issues with Wani, right? And since you see that Wani is getting so well along with Sean, can you just set aside the differences that you have and probably even use Wani to get around to having, maybe a repair in your relationship with Sean? It's just, like I said, it's just basic human relation skills. You don't need the roof to fall for you to have conversation, because you are literally having this competition together. Except if Sean and Victoria have information that eventually they will be playing the game as individuals. Maybe that's why they are behaving the way that they are behaving. Because at the end of the day, I kind of just can't help but feel it is even helping them, because as individuals, they are building strong fan bases, more than any other pair in the house.
You can have feelings for somebody.
You can have feelings for everyone. I don't know his feelings per se. Maybe
what do you say?
might just be attention more than feelings.
Okay, maybe. True.
Because at least she spend all my time with basically you guys. So she might be thinking, oh my, really spending time. It's like, mate, if your vibe is just
that means she needs to work on the communication skills, because if you want...
Obviously, Sean too does not want to say more than necessary, but the idea of attention more than feelings communicates like there's just so much mystery around the whole Sean and Victoria thing. And the fact that Victoria doesn't talk, Sean, even with all the being a talkative and, being around people and all of that, whenever the conversation around Victoria comes up, he also gets very secretive. It is true. It is either they were paired by an agent or they definitely have some sort of romantic relationship from the past, because that would be the only thing that explains it. Maybe they don't want to put their agents into trouble, hence why they talk so little about themselves or try as much as possible to release the tiniest bit of information, or they literally have issues that they probably don't want to talk on camera. And somehow people would get tired of it, It's going to, people have tried to figure it out. It's almost as if it's one brick wall every time you try to, understand what is happening between the two of them. Eventually people will get tired. And that's why I said in my other video that maybe if they stay in the house long enough for the pairs to get unpaired, which I think would be likely because they actually have a lot of people rooting for them, maybe we'll just hear a little bit of it in the diary room when they get comfortable enough to discuss certain things with Big Brother. But then again, looking at the two of them, they are very intentional about releasing as little information as possible of each other. Either they don't know stuff about each other to release and they are just pretending, which would explain not being able to say anything because you can't say what you don't know, or they just have that history that they don't want to, say out to the world. Whatever it is, there is definitely something. We just can't seem to get our hands around it. And it's annoying that, Wani and Handy gets caught up in the whole thing, because at the end of the day, they are just innocent players. They are just playing their game in the house and then getting caught up in something that you absolutely have no idea about and you really don't know how to deal with it. Wani and Handy's situation is even worse than people that are just watching and analyzing, because they are literally, especially for Wani, at the center of it all. But let's move on though.
Duo is subdued, is active, the other one is I'm like,
I felt attacked though.
No, you don't have to. You don't have to. People might like you because you are the quiet one. You talk, you interact with people, but you're not just out there or loud. Do you get? So you really don't have to. You really don't have to want to be like somebody else. Just be yourself, because
I like that she knows or feels that way. The only thing is, fans actually like her for being just Victoria. And that's a good luck charm. I don't know. It has to be a good luck charm. And I love it for her because it feels as though she really can't help it. It does not seem like she's trying to fake being introvert or fake being an antisocial person. Maybe she's taking her time to get to know people. I mean, Anita is basically almost the same thing. The only problem is Anita does not have all of the controversies. So it's not even helping her. Nelly is literally the one carrying the Nelita duo with all of her. And she's not even doing too much. And I like that for Nelly Sha. She's not doing too much, but somehow she's able to carry the pair on her shoulders. Because which content exactly is Anita bringing? At least we can, even if, Victoria frowns her face at Sean, we would have something to talk about. We'll start analyzing the frown. If she fails at wager task, we will analyze it. If she decides to go and join them in the bathroom, we're analyzing it. At least she's giving us content little by little by the small bits of things that she does or does not do, right? So she does not, Nelly was telling her, she does not necessarily have to do a lot. She does not have to be dramatic and all. She probably just needs to repair that relationship with Sean. And maybe it is even helping her. So she can take her time. They have all the time in the house to make up. And when or if they eventually make up, it's going to be another content brouhaha. Do you understand? So I think it's good for the two of them. The fact that they were not in the bottom 4, if they are sensible, they would know that, okay, whatever it is that we're doing, maybe it is good. We just need to keep spicing it up, draw it out as long as possible, and then maybe eventually make up just before the breaking up. Do they even know that they are going to be broken up? But hey, at the end of the day, you just have to use your senses. And talking about using your senses, let's get over to the conversation that Mayor and Toby had about the possibility of being the ones to choose the HOH should there be a tie like last week.
There is a tie. Again, it's this week's ballot system or HOH. What would you suggest?
Honestly, I would just suggest our allies.
Allies.
Because our allies are probably some names are still in there.
Yeah, true. Mm-hmm.
Toby gets a shower. Because I was expecting that he would say, let's, if there's a tie and any of the people that we're trying to connect with comes up, we should give it to them. But hey, wahala. Toby, he blew my mind. Toby is not interested in that too. Cassia can go to hell for all he cares. After all, she didn't give a green light. Maybe there's no green light. It's like a wall it tries to crack every time that he's high. So with his clear eyes, Toby said, let us be forming an alliance. So instead of we're connecting with people, it's even Mayor that is saying, this thing is not just about here. It's also about, life outside and everything. But I like the fact that one of them has strategy in their head. The other one can be emotional. So at the end of the day, maybe Mayor may not even be the most strategic, when it comes to forming bonds with people, especially all these romantic bonds that he's trying to pursue. What if it is Nelly Spark and what's her name, Ruthie Spark, that ends up being the people with the most votes and have it? I'm going to have a field day. I have the scenario playing out in my head. I can't even help it, guys. I cannot. But if that happens, what would they now do? Because anyone that they choose automatically means that the other person, you would have to spend at least 2 weeks trying to beg that person and trying to make up with that person. It's going to be such an impossible situation. Do you understand why I keep on saying just stay one place? Do you understand? Because when your loyalty gets tested like that in the house, you may never recover. Because that person would always look at you like, okay, this thing with me is strategy. Even if they had like the tiniest bit of feelings for you, they will start looking at it as, okay, you are doing strategy now, let's do strategy together. It's fine. That kind of behavior and everything. So I like the fact that this guy is strategic. But again, there's just so much that strategy can do for you, because what if you have Cassia and Nelly? If you choose Cassia, Nelly would think that, okay, Toby is the one controlling this duo. If you choose Nelly, the other person would think this other person. Do you understand? So it's actually an impossible situation. No wonder they said heavy lies the head that wears the crown. Is that the idiom that they used to say. But let us move on to something else. Let's talk about people's prospects for career paths after the house.
I made a mistake by not showing my early stage workout. You understand? I just started from when the muscle begin to pump up. Bro, if you see me before, guy, I know the touch I I did do pull-up bars, like they carry tires, they roll for sun, they do like this, bro. If you see it, but now you go to say
it's a natural passion.
I just bro. If you see me, you go to say I the whole bar, as I fast, I the whole bar guy. I did pull up, I did work out the truth because I was fucking fat.
People have plans, people have goals, and they usually talk about it in the house. But this type of conversations would usually get swallowed up in the drama or the schemings or the strategizings, the ships, and all of the other things that goes on in the house. So in my videos, I intentionally sometimes add them so that we can spotlight these people that are talking about what they want to do. Because at the end of the day, they are actually using the platform well. Not everybody comes out, talking about what they want to do. And in my opinion, Mickey has been one person that has consistently talked about what he wants to do after leaving the house. And it's just, I'm just doing justice to him by saying or highlighting that as well for him. I hope that he gets the deals. He talked a lot about how he was a very big person, like he was fat, and he did discipline himself, did all the workouts, and so he has knowledge. That's why he said there are some people that they just need to burn fat first before trying to build muscle. Some people in trying to get toned bodies turn their fat to muscle, and according to him, it's not the best way. I'm not a fitness enthusiast. I am grateful for my genes. I don't need to do a lot of exercise to stay fit. But I love the fact that he knows his stuff, is willing to go for what he wants. Because some of the guys there, were like suggesting, oh, why don't you, when you go, team up with or partner with this gym and that gym and do your stuff. And someone else was like, nah, do your thing if you can. But then again, just because you came to Big Brother and went out does not mean that sometimes your fortune would skyrocket. Sometimes you even get depressed because now you have, all of these people thinking you're a celebrity and then you are broke. That's why it's better to have money than be famous and broke. Be wealthy and not famous than be famous and broke, because your problems will just be doubling back and forth. But I like it, and I just wanted to highlight that. Love the bromance as well between Mickey, Mayor, even TJ. He spends more time with these guys than with Ben. I don't know if he has resolved the issue he had with Ben. I slept after they started playing the games last night, which was around 1-ish. That I decided to go to bed. So I don't know if he has sorted his issue with Ben out, but I'm sure they would get around to it, even if they haven't. I mean, you don't have a choice. Besides, TJ should not be feeling himself too much, because at the end of the day, Ben is doing more to carry that team than he is doing. Even though, people like him and everything. But anyways, that's basically the update for the morning. The HOH ballot is ongoing as I am making this video. So I will bring you guys the update on that once the voting results are in. I can't wait to see how that turns out. But we're going to, of course, get that update. So make sure to stay subscribed. Please like the video if you enjoyed it, and let me know what you think in the comments. Also suggest whose content you want to see so that I will pay attention and bring that to you. Thank you once again so much for watching.